Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GTX 980 in Red Dead Redemption 2, and we're running the drivers 441.12, which are the latest drivers from NVIDIA and optimized supposedly for this game. This is the Asus Strix version, by the way, and it runs at 1329 MHz on the core here. It's factory overclocked, of course, and we are running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM. Of course, overkill specs for this GPU, but you guys should be able to get pretty much the same FPS like a 4th gen i7 or a Ryzen 5 1400 overclocked. Stuff like that won't bottleneck our GTX 980. So we're going to be testing it at 1080p, as you can see here, at low, medium, high and ultra settings. Starting off with low settings, of course. I'm going to be using ultra settings textures throughout this video because I feel like the quality increases so much and you only lose like 1 or 2 FPS. So yeah, that's perfectly justified to play at ultra settings. If you guys have a 4GB graphics card or even a 3GB graphics card, please set the texture quality to ultra. It will make the game look a lot better. And as you can see, guys, starting off with low settings, of course, everything is turned down to its minimum, including this one. And let's get into it, guys. So as you can see here with the GTX 980, we're getting FPS on low settings in the 70s. Not too bad. We're looking at this entire scene. It looks beautiful, by the way, even on low settings. Of course, ultra settings do help a ton with the visuals, because if you put it on low, it looks like a mess. Where the heck is Roach? Or Boa? Somebody commented in the previous video telling me to call her Boa, so yeah, Boa! Let's do this. Okay, let's try to find like a more dense forest area to test our minimum FPS at. Probably there is a good idea. Let's see. Okay, so 60 FPS around here, not too bad. By the way, we're running Vulkan API instead of DirectX 12 because it makes the game perform just slightly better, you know. You get actually like 1 or 2 more FPS by using Vulkan instead of DirectX 12, but if you guys prefer DirectX 12, just be my guest, play with whatever you want. The FPS increase or the FPS difference isn't really that noticeable, and you guys should be getting the same experience with Vulkan or DirectX 12. So guys, as you can see here, low settings runs the game perfectly smoothly above 60 FPS pretty much at all times. If it drops from 60, it will be to the high 50s and it probably won't be that noticeable to you. So yeah, I say this is a very good experience. Of course, the game can and will look a lot better on medium settings or high settings, and I'd probably play on medium even if we get like 40 FPS. I think the trade-off between low and medium graphical fidelity wise is worth it, completely worth it in my opinion. This game is actually a visual masterpiece at higher settings, as you're about to see in this video, and maybe as you've seen in my previous videos, because I've been doing Red Dead Redemption videos for like 5 days straight since it released, basically. So guys, yeah, I think that's enough of low settings. As you can see, it doesn't really drop from 60 even in dense forest areas, so that's very good to see, of course. And I'm gonna go ahead, restart the game and set everything to medium. Alright guys, so we're playing now at 1080p medium settings. As you can see here, this preset is a little bit like below middle, maybe like around what, 33-40%. So yeah, these are medium settings that I chose. This one's actually very demanding, so it's on low. From what I've seen, it gets a very big FPS drop if you put it on like high settings. Medium settings are okay, it doesn't drop too much, but yeah. And as you can see, almost everything is set to the medium settings, and some things are on high, of course, some things are turned on or off. And yeah, we're gonna go with the settings over here. 50 FPS, this is like similar performance to what we got with, for example, the GTX 1060, and the 980 and the 1060 are actually very similar performance wise. That's the 6GB version of the 1060, because the 3GB version is actually closer to the GTX 970, for example. But yeah, as you can see here, the game looks a lot better, by the way, because there are a ton of new effects introduced by medium settings that were turned off or at its lowest at low settings. Yeah, as you can see, the lightning looks a lot better, reflection like in the puddles in the ground, and the water, of course, looks a little bit better as well. Like pretty much everything is a little bit better, and of course those lighting effects and shadows are very, very good. Who the heck are you? Why did you stop to look at me? Huh?
Hey you, wait! I ain't some fool.
What? What's going on? What the heck? What are you doing, buddy? Is that Chucky? It looks like Chucky, guys. Oh my god, is this Chucky?
Strutting around. Hey, mister.
Hey.
I just want to be left alone, all right?
Okay, Chucky. Just don't turn into an assassin doll, you know? That if you don't do that, we'll be fine, okay? So, Jesus Christ. This is the start of Chucky right here, boys! God damn it! Are you okay, girl? Was it Chucky? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here fast. Alright guys, so as you can see, everything looks a lot better. Medium settings is perfectly playable. Very, very smooth, like around 50 FPS pretty much all of the time. And yeah, you could definitely play like this and have a blast playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Because the game does look very good here using these settings. I would have no problems whatsoever playing like this, guys. This looks insanely good. A very good boost in visual fidelity coming from low settings, of course. So yeah, that's it. Medium settings here, down to the 40s sometimes in more foresty areas. You can see here 48, 49. Not bad performance at all. This is like very similar, as I said already, to the GTX 1066GB. So, oh my god, that's a bear. That's a big bear. Oh boy, is he coming for me? Oh my god, what the heck is he doing? He's disguised as a stone, guys. He didn't spot us, so we should be fine here. Let's just change our settings here, switch to high settings, and we'll be back soon. Alright guys, we're back at it again, 1080p, high settings right now. As you can see, the reflection quality is actually set to medium, and the lightning quality is actually set to high this time around. But that's because we chose the preset favor quality, which is, I suppose, high settings. And if you guys want to get a little bit better FPS without sacrificing a ton of visuals, just set this one to medium, and this one to, you can leave it at medium as well. Okay, as you can see here, everything else is still pretty much at medium, high, or ultra. Mostly on high, of course, because these are high settings after all, or at least I call it high settings, and the game calls it high settings as well. And as you can see here, guys, we're getting like 30 FPS. So far, I've been running around like for 15 seconds or something like that, and I haven't seen it drop from 30, so that's pretty good. Like these quality visuals with 30 plus FPS all of the time, that's a really good experience, guys. I'm not gonna lie, okay? That's really impressive as well, because this game is actually gorgeous on high settings. As you can see, we're in a dense forest area. We aren't really dropping from 30. Yeah, that's pretty good, guys. Okay, I can't seem to be able to drop this from 30 FPS. At least I couldn't do it so far. Yep, as you can see, 30 FPS. It's not dropping to 29. Let's see if we can do it though. Oh my god, should we be going here? Are you swimming, horse? Do horses swim? I didn't know they swim. Let's go, Boa. We can do this. Nice. As you can see, the water quality also looks really good. If you have like a controller or something and are willing to lock your FPS to 30, it looks really great. And as you can see, we really haven't dropped from 30 FPS. God damn it, that little 3. I wasn't really expecting the 980 to pull so many FPS here on high settings. I mean, 30 FPS isn't like too good, you know, but after seeing what the 1060 could do and knowing that the 980 is from an earlier generation, you know, so DirectX 12 and Vulkan supports aren't that great on these older cards, I was expecting it to fall a little bit behind the 1060 at high settings, but no, guys, it's still hanging in there. As you can see, tons of leaves going on here, tons of foliage with lots of shadows and stuff. And yeah, we aren't seeing our FPS dropping from 30, which is, if you have a controller, again, this is like a console-like experience with way better graphics, of course, because I think the consoles run at something like low or medium settings, something between that. It's not really medium, but yeah, high settings here. Everything looks gorgeous, guys, and I totally recommend these settings if you guys have a 980 and are after that console-like experience. Of course, we're gonna be dropping from 30 FPS when using ultra quality settings, but so far, guys, I gotta tell you, this is pretty damn good looking. And if you guys invested in a GTX 980 in 2014, you can still play this game and enjoy beautiful graphics and a decent experience gameplay wise. So I'm gonna go ahead now and put it at ultra settings and just test that for a little bit, because nobody should use ultra settings with this game. I don't think that the quality increase is worth it over high settings. As you'll be able to see, it looks pretty much the same. So yeah, 1080p ultra settings now. Some things are still on medium, like the reflection quality over here, which we can't really set to high because it consumes a lot of VRAM, as you can see here. And oh my god, okay, wait a second. All right. Everything else is on ultra where it can be on ultra, and yeah, these are pretty much the maxed out settings that the game allows our GTX 980 to be set at, as you can see by the slider over here. So let's apply that change in the motion blur because we don't like that, and let's see how many FPS we can get here. So 31. Oh my god, okay, so, okay, there's the 29, but still, guys, I was really expecting a bigger drop in FPS than this. I was expecting like 25 FPS coming out from the GTX 980 at ultra settings, but we're getting like around 30 FPS with a few drops to the 20s, as you can see, 25, 24 now, okay, as we approach that little tree there. And yeah, now we're in the mid-20s, maybe because of the water quality. Actually, that's really demanding as well if you go up to high or ultra settings in the water quality settings. So yeah, guys, you know what? This is still playable. Don't get me wrong, but of course the FPS are very bad compared to high settings, because we were getting 30 plus FPS all of the time, in fact, with those settings. Now we're dropping into the high 20s and mid 20s sometimes, and that's not a very good experience, obviously, so I wouldn't really play like this. This was just to see how well the GTX 980 could actually handle this game at ultra settings. And you know what, guys, this is actually impressive for me. I wasn't really expecting this. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was informative and helpful to you, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I love you all, guys. Bye bye.